can probably speak for many of us right now, but people have never been so lonely at any point in all of humanity. And with that being said, there's also more people than ever before. So those two don't go together. They just don't mash up. It does not make sense. Or does it? You see, social media is very good at pitting us against each other. It feeds off of hate. You watch a video, you're going to get fed another video that's going to give you confirmation bias against whatever hate you're feeling. And eventually that hate is going to lead into hating someone else, and once you hate this group of people, you're not going to talk to them, and then it's going to do the same thing for this group, and then this group, and then this group. And before you know it, you're very selective on the people that you talk to, the people that you hang out with, and in the end, we all have a lot more in common than we probably have been led to believe. You see, social media, it's been conditioning us, especially the short-form content. Algorithms are very good at reading what emotion you're having, or what emotion a certain video is giving off, or making you feel, I guess I could say. And it is going to feed that. It is going to feed that again and again and again. I am so scared that if we keep going down this path, it's not going to be a pretty future. We're going to go into a future of so much hate. Like, I don't think people understand how bad it can get. If you think right now is bad, just wait another few years down the line when these AI systems keep getting better, these algorithms keep getting better. I genuinely think the only way that we can stop this pattern of constant hate is getting off social media. And I know that sounds absurd. Social media, like I said, it feeds off of hate. And it's gotten to the point where we are all so addicted to it. I'm sure most of us, including me, I saw this within myself. We can't go a few hours without picking up our phone. Imagine just like, I don't know, man. I just hate the addiction that has been put upon all of us. And I know it's so easy for you to blame yourself. It's easy to be like, why can't I just get off of this technology? Why can't I just get away from my phone addiction? And I'm telling you right now, I don't want you to blame yourself, because the people behind these companies, the people behind TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, they have people in departments specifically working on ways to keep you addicted. It's literally like invisible heroin, what I like to call it. And it's something that almost every single person in this world is falling victim to right now. So I don't want you to blame yourself. If anyone, if there's an enemy out there, it's the people that work up in these companies. They don't care about us getting addicted or mental health or physical health. All they care about is greed. They care about getting more money from us, getting our time, because time equals money. Time is a currency, 100%. It always has been, and it always will be, and especially in the modern day, and 10 years in the future, and beyond that, time is only going to be more important. And it drives me insane. So this gets me to my next point. How can this be fixed? You see, I want to fix this issue. And I know it's not going to be easy to fix. No one has successfully been able to fix this issue. But I think, genuinely speaking, one of the best ways that you can fix this issue is just starting from scratch. Completely starting from scratch. And finding different ways to obtain dopamine. And I would personally love to make a new society. A new society that focuses on mental well-being. A society that isn't greedy. A society that isn't going to just feed into a few people's profits way up at the top. I like this thought of eco-socialism. And this is the only time that this has actually been possible. And I know it's kind of like playing the devil's advocate a little bit, but it's AI is it's not good right now, but it could be good. AI could be awesome. And eco-socialism is only possible with AI. Eco-socialism is pretty much a much freer world, where besides designing AI to take away liberal arts, we design it to take away actual jobs. And I know that sounds awful, but if we can design it in such a way where it takes away the jobs and it creates abundance, people should be able to live in a society and be abundant. Be abundant in health. Be abundant in community. Just be abundant in the things that actually matter in life. But this is only possible if eco-socialism is designed. This is only possible if AI can actually take over the jobs. And I know that sounds very counterintuitive. That it sounds really bad. And even like, I feel like it sounds bad coming out. Once again, that's just because I've been conditioned to think that taking away jobs is not a good thing. And honestly, in the US, for example, it's not a good thing because of the way our democracy is formed. Anyways, going back from that, if we can actually successfully design that, which I do think is very much so possible with new breakthroughs in AI. And I know there's going to be people in the comments that are going to be like, it's not going to work, it's been tried before. I genuinely think that it can work, and especially with new technologies. These technologies have never existed before, so the future is uncertain. But uncertainty can be a good thing. Uncertainty can drive dreams that will reach you to the sky, beyond the sky, to the moon, beyond the moon, to the stars. Anyways, with that being said, back to greed. So, if you look at most problems in the world, they all come back to greed. Not all of them, but I'd say probably a good 95%. Wars, politics, like starvation. It all comes back to greed. We have the means and capability to fix world hunger, but why don't we? Because the greedy people up top don't want to spend their money on helping others. That's what I'm getting at. But you see, in schools, greed is not something that is beaten out of people. It is never taught to not be greedy. If anything, greed is taught. It is taught through social systems, social ranking through school, that if you're good looking, for example, you're up here and you get all the attention, and it means that maybe people that are not so fortunate get bullied, and you're picking up what I'm putting down. If we can teach it from an early stage on, like sure, kindness is taught in school, but it's not really enforced. It's not driven into our brains. So the number one thing that the education system teaches us in the modern day, and not even the modern day, this has been happening for at least 100 years. The main function is to create a mind that will work into whatever society you are born into, or you're in. Like, for example, in the US, schools are designed to get you to work factory jobs. That's the whole reason the grading system is A, B, C, D, F. It's literally grades of meat. That's where the idea came from. And at the time, America needed factory workers, so obviously they're going to try and get people to work into the factories. I'm sure many of you know that. And that idea has continued on from generation to generation. Yes, you will get more intelligent. And yes, school is good with just feeding you knowledge, but then you just poop it back out on a test. In the long run, they're just trying to make you obedient. That's why creativity is beaten out of you from a young age. And they want people to think that there's only one right answer. Which is... I don't know. It just drives me insane. The education system is flawed, and I think that if we can teach people to actually be compassionate and not be greedy and be able to put themselves in other people's shoes, and we put that above math and all the other things that we need to learn, I think society might actually be able to eradicate a lot of these negative emotions or desires such as greed. and hate and all of that. So anyways, yeah, a new society needs to be made. A new society needs to be designed, and it might start off with something small. You see, I'm not rich, but once this whole YouTube thing takes off, I might be able to get like 10, 20 acres of land, and we can start off on a small scale. A small scale, and figure out what works, figure out what we need to do to improve the system. I'm going to make it my life's mission, mark my word, that I am going to create a new society that is based on the actual well-being of people, about making life so much more worth living. There's so many people that hate life. They don't fall in love with life. And I think it's because right now society is chronically ill and it is flawed. So it is my life mission to make a new society that gets you to fall back in love with life and builds community, that fixes loneliness, that actually cares about self-improvement. I want a society that will actually be healthy for the everyday average person. So if you support this, make sure that you give me a follow, subscribe to this video, whatever it looks like, and leave a comment if you have any ideas on what you think this society should have. Because I swear to God, I'm going to get this to happen. It drives me crazy, and it makes me physically and mentally ill, the things going on in our society, the hate, the loneliness, all of it. And I think we can all relate to that. So if you believe in a better future, give me a follow. Give me a like on this video. I need publicity. Publicity will equal money. I don't like money, but I'm going to need money to get this started up in a society like the US. So with that being said, if you support this, go ahead, follow my journey, and it's going to get crazy. It's going to get so crazy. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one.